You're listening to WSTU Stewart.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Opinions expressed are those of the show's host, not WPSL or WSTU or EXP Realty. Any reproduction or reuse of this program without the written consent of WPSL and WSTU is strictly prohibited. And now, My Dream Home Radio Show, your chance to find your dream home, and your host, Eileen Simons and Paula Brady. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice chilly
I gotta
morning.
talk into the mic, don't I?
Yeah, that do help a little
Sorry.
bit. That's all right.
Good morning.
So how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Did you have a good COVID-free week, I hope?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your second shot.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. You know.
I get to go stand in line for my second today.
There you go. Good luck.
Get it over with.
There's something.
Yes.
It's psychological about that, and it is a sense of freedom.
Yeah.
It really is.
As soon as we can give up these crazy masks, that'll be nice.
Makes you be able to breathe a little easier. I don't know that we'll ever give up masks, to tell you the
I
truth.
don't think so.
There's
At
a lot
least
of
not for a couple
people.
of
There's a
years.
lot of people pushing that masks will be permanent.
Oh, good Lord.
And you know while they say that the masks really don't protect the person wearing them, when I'm around people that I don't know, I feel better having the mask on.
Yeah.
Although I've had both my shots, I still feel better.
Yeah.
I think it's really good news that now they are lowering the age limits in Florida.
Yes. Yeah.
My son's going to be able to get his this week.
Very good.
And someplace in Florida actually has gone down to age 40, I heard this morning.
Well, they were discussing it this weekend. DeSantis says it's not time yet, and somebody's saying we're going to do it anyway. So
Yeah.
Well,
but
if
that's
they have
okay.
if they have enough shots to handle it, then
Yeah.
I don't see why not using them.
Yeah, and it all depends on the various communities too. It's obviously we were not as hard hit as Miami, thank goodness.
But I think we were more careful. That's
Yes.
how we
and
fared better.
I don't think we have the population in such a condensed area either as Miami does. I think that makes a difference.
Well, that
when
too.
you're closer together, I think it's easier
Yeah.
to spread.
And the funny thing is that I know people who they say we don't party enough.
We're the old fogies up here.
That's all right. I'll be
It's
an
too
old
quiet.
fogey.
It's too quiet for them. I said,
I'll be an old
well,
fogey. Yep.
there's a lot of other places in Florida that aren't, so have fun.
Yeah. And that's me at this stage of my life. Yeah, but it was funny. We for the first time in months went to a restaurant. We were outdoors yesterday in Fort Pierce, right on the water.
Nice.
And
Beautiful day.
it was great. And we saw a bunch of the swimmers and divers from various colleges who were at IRSC this past weekend. And one was a university from Omaha, Nebraska. And those kids were beet red. It was like, oh, man.
Nobody
They're-
told them about
They're,
sunscreen.
they're going to be suffering big time. Well,
Wow.
they don't care. They're going back to Nebraska. But,
Yeah.
it was funny. It was like, okay. But, yeah, they had a great week of the swim competition at IRSC and now going back home to their respective
That's fun.
colleges and universities.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Paula and I were by the water on Saturday, and we got to see dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the
We were in
wind
Jensen
was
Beach.
It was.
Oh, it was.
It says 15. It said 15 miles an hour, but I think it had to be at least 30 sustained. It was so windy, but it was beautiful to be out though. The weather was warm.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we walked out to the breakwater, and the further you went out on that breakwater, of course, the
breezier.
land isn't protecting you anymore.
Right.
It
Yes.
was
Right.
windy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
breezier it got. But it's beautiful up there, though. I love to go out there and walk out on the breakwater. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm. So how's busyness for you guys?
Busyness is busy. And before I forget, I want to remind anybody who wants to call and ask us questions.
Sure.
Real estate related, they can call 772-340-1590. We're happy to talk with you over the phone.
Yep, you bet.
Or you can also email us questions. We can answer later. We can't answer those today, but you can email us questions to mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com. Maybe somebody's calling in right now. I heard the phone ringing.
Could be.
But we have a lot to talk about today. Our guest wasn't able to make it, so we postponed that to another day. But I'm going to start out with the information that came out not too long ago that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have extended their foreclosure, and also eviction bans have been extended until June 30th.
That's
And the person that was interviewed about this is Mark Calabria, who is the director of FHFA. He says borrowers and the housing finance market alike can benefit during the pandemic from the consistent treatment of mortgages regardless of who owns or backs them. Today's extensions of the COVID-19 forbearance period to 18 months and foreclosure and eviction moratoriums through the end of June will help align mortgage policies across the federal government. If you want more information about this program, you can go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's website at https:// www.consumerfinance.gov/coronavirus/mortgage-and-housing-assistance.
whoa.
That's a mouthful.
That's a lot.
And we'll be back next week.
So if you want that again, email us,
Yes,
mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com, and I'm happy to share this with you.
Well, that's really good news.
Yeah.
Because, we still see businesses that are not open. So
Yes.
Right.
a lot of them. So
Right.
And a
well,
lot of the employees that weren't working have a hard time getting back on their feet right now.
You
So
bet.
it's a good idea. I mean, I'm glad to see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
If you are interested or you need to get more information about the program, I think the website is the best place to do that. And what I want to remind everybody about is they're not telling you don't owe the money. It's just paying it back is being postponed.
Right.
Right.
That's what I think a lot of people don't understand.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a grant.
Right.
You're not getting a grant out of this
Right.
deal. It's
a delay.
a delay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Delay till you get back on your feet again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to work and everything caught up a little bit.
Yes.
Sure. So what about our trends? What's interesting to me is that Dr. Jerry Parrish over the weekend said that that all of his numbers, he said, forget about my numbers in the last two reports that we've had for the Florida scorecard. He said COVID has escalated everything. And so I guess he's going to have some new numbers for us in a couple of months. But
Wow, that'd be interesting. Probably higher as well as
oh yeah,
quicker,
no,
I
it'd
would
definitely
think.
be higher.
Yeah.
Our little neighborhood newspaper had a story. Mattamy Homes out of Tradition is building. It was 11 three-story apartment buildings in Tradition. They're going to call it the Lucy, and yeah, those will be luxury apartments.
That's good, but I mean, because a lot of people would rather be in an apartment or can can't necessarily afford to buy a home. So
Well, these are not going to be cheap.
Oh, no? Oh,
these
No.
these are going to be
I don't
luxury
know.
apartments.
yeah.
But the thing, well, talking about, I brought another piece of information with us today that kind of goes along with that. I'll touch on it in just a minute. But part of that is because of the fact that I think they saw the early trend of so many more people coming to Florida, and that builder was looking for a specific way to attack that issue. So they're building high rises in areas that you can do that. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that. And especially, when, I've never lived in New York, so I can't really speak from personal experience. But what I know of the area is if you live in the city, you're living a lot of times in a high rise or in a hotel environment where there's a doorman and there's a concierge desk when you are in the lobby. People are used to that lifestyle and they want to maintain that lifestyle even though they're not living in a colder climate. So they come down here, they can't find what they want in Miami. So they want to be someplace in Florida which is more affordable than Miami. So this builder is thinking outside the box and creating an environment that he can market to those kinds of buyers. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the estimates originally for Dr. Parrish at $520 for Port St. Lucie, throw those out the window.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be bigger than that. Put your seatbelts on, folks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we may triple in size according
Wow.
to the new numbers.
Wow.
We'll get some firm new numbers in a couple months.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll send them to you as soon as we
Okay,
get
good. Talking about high rises,
them. Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm just kind of moving our agenda around a little bit, but as long as we're talking about this, this is an article that I read this past week. Actually, a marketing article. It says, create a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Start here with your blank canvas. This is the most expensive piece of property on the market in the state of Florida, and it's in the Miami area, and it is in a full-service hotel spa type environment, and you can have the penthouse designed and built to your preferences for the mere price of $59 million.
Oh, I'll take two.
Small bills.
Yeah. I'd be-
$59 million. I thought that was really
59
interesting.
million.
Yes. They
That's
say
amazing.
it's the most expensive piece of property in Florida.
Woo. Okay.
I would love to see the view. I bet it's amazing.
Oh.
That'd
Maybe we'll
be
have to take a day trip down
Oh,
there.
there you go. That sounds like a plan. That
Use
sounds fun.
use our realtor credentials and have a preview of it.
Well, could
You never know. I
you
mean,
probably
somebody
could.
could call us from this show and say, "I'm really interested in that piece of property. Tell me about it."
Sure.
So we need to do our research.
There you
So
go.
where is it exactly again?
It's exactly what I'm telling you is Miami. A penthouse of a full-service hotel in Miami. And you can design and have it built out to your preferences for $59 million. However, they do have residences that start at $4.9 million.
What?
Okay.
That's the size of a closet.
Yeah.
right? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember reading square footages on there.
Well, it
But I
is-
have a phone number and an address so I can find out.
All right. Well, just get a hold of you guys, and if you want that piece of property, it's yours.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
Might even
I
be
can
able
put
to talk,
you
talk
I
'em
can
down
put
to
you right in
58
touch.
58 million, maybe.
Yeah, we could get it.
Oh man.
We can negotiate a deal for you, right?
Well, now the next question that has to come to mind, being in Miami, are you going to have some big-time Brazilian investors looking at that piece of property? That would not surprise me at all.
No.
The Brazilians
Oh,
are
no,
coming
no.
into Miami like crazy.
In fact, you keep bringing up things that I brought information about today.
There
What
you
do
go.
you know?
You guys are working in tandem here
What a
today.
coinky dink.
A coinky dink.
Yeah.
March 16th to 18th, last week, Florida Realtors participated in the International Trade Expo, which was done virtually.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
I thought, we've always had, I don't want to say always, but the number of years that I'm familiar about, we've always had participated in the Trade Expo in some way, shape, or form.
That's in downtown Miami too, right? Convention Center, usually?
I don't know that it's always in Miami. I know the 1-2 years ago was.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's virtual, and we participated in one with Brazil actually last fall, which was done virtually. We were supposed to be hosting a lot of people who were going to come to this country to participate in that, but it ended up being virtual.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, so the Florida Realtors is very active in the international realtor associations.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Yes, because so many of our residents have come from other countries. And so, yes, it does. It makes perfect sense. I belong to the, there's a global business group that is part of our Realtor Association. I've joined that a couple of years ago because I've met buyers from many different countries. I had buyers that purchased last year from Germany.
Oh, I've heard that.
Wonderful people, yes, yes.
I've heard that, a lot of Germans coming into Port St. Lucie. Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of people from the UK that are going like to the Kissimmee area.
That's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
So we are a melting pot.
Oh, yeah. No,
Absolutely.
No doubt about that. So the Trade Expo, that's interesting. You'd have that in virtually. That's really interesting.
Yeah, we do everything virtually now. All of our national meetings. Well, as a part of eXp Realty, we've been doing everything virtually since the company's inception. So for 11 and a half years now. And luckily, our founder, Glenn Sanford, had the foresight to realize that a company like this was going to be the best thing for realtors in the future. So I think that's why we've grown so much. I've been part of the company for about 6 years now, and I think my agent number is maybe 228 or something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we have over 40,000 realtors in our company now. So we've grown very quickly and exponentially as people learn about our programs and the fact that we can communicate with anybody because we're in many countries now. So we can communicate with anybody in any of those countries in our eXp world and not have to travel to do it. So we've been able to maintain a lot of our relationships very easily through that process.
So remember, if you are listening in a foreign country and you'd like property here, make sure you give these two a call at eXp Realty.
Absolutely. We
You
can
bet.
certainly help you, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Our phone number, well, my cell phone number, and we can certainly get in touch with Paula and anybody else that participates with us this way, is 772-200-5105.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So I thought that was really interesting about, and 5,000 attendees
On
in
a-
this
On a virtual.
on this virtual
conference.
Realtor
So cool.
International Trade Expo. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So you could still get the big numbers. in.
right. And over 16th, 17th, and 18th, so 3 days.
Yeah.
And this is great because you get a lot of information from different countries. You get a lot of different information from different companies in different countries. And it's kind of like in the United States where each state does their real estate agent licensing processes differently. Well, of course, the countries are like that too. While we are all joined together as realtors and we put our customers first, it's important to learn the differences between one country and another and one state and another, and this is a perfect way to do that.
So somebody comes to you and say, I want a condo in Dubai.
Yes,
Can you do that?
I certainly can.
Definitely.
Really?
Yes. The National Association of Realtors also has a global group, so I can, if I haven't personally had contact with them before, I can go into our website and do research and find a realtor who is participating in Dubai. We 2 years ago, our global group made a trip to Dubai.
Okay.
And we had several people from the global committee that went to Dubai to learn about real estate there, and were the, talked and got information from realtor agents or real estate agents in Dubai. So yes, we do that on a regular basis.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Huge network.
There's been several trips to the UK because I don't remember the exact title of the position, but Florida is like the main contact real estate organization for the UK with the National Association of Realtors. The National Association of Realtors appoints a state to be like the ambassador for a particular country. Florida has the UK.
Oh, okay.
And we may have Brazil also. That I'm not sure about. I'd have to double check on that.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I would imagine with all the craziness going on in Central America, you may have some people calling
To come.
about
they
real
wanna
estate
move
up
away.
here as
right,
well.
Right.
Oh, yes, yes.
Exactly.
Wow, that's something. Yeah, isn't it amazing how the world's shrunk?
Definitely.
We thought the world was small before.
But
Yeah.
but this way, it's just all you have to do is make a call or send an email, and you've got contact with somebody. So
Well, and you know, you could just here locally, you drive up on the island and hit Nettles Island, and that's like being back in Canada. I mean, there's so many Canadians.
Well, there's a
in that
lot of
development.
communities like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think where I am, I think we have 10% maybe that are Canadian owned.
I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Hollywood was a very large Canadian
Yes.
community.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You drive through there, you see Canadian flags all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a while since I've been down there, but when I lived there before, it was a huge Canadian community for people, snowbirds. They would come
Yes.
down in the summer.
You bet. Yeah.
I mean, in the winter, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, and I think everybody's kind of looking at Florida. And you know, we were driving the island the other day, and there's still a lot of development potential there. That
Oh yeah, for sale signs everywhere. Almost
Yeah.
every piece of property. I mean, you know, as you drive neighborhoods, you see there's a vacant lot here that's been there forever, and you know, but all of a sudden now you're seeing those signs popping up. So almost any piece of vacant land that I drive past now, and I do a lot of driving in the Treasure Coast, has a for sale sign on it.
Wow.
There's very few that don't.
And a lot of them that you drove by for ages that were still, raw land are now being developed. It's amazing. There's a lot of homes being built.
We saw that. Yeah, it was like, ooh, I didn't even. When did that
Happen.
go up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the funny thing is that I read an article recently about builders slowing down. Well, they're not slowing down for lack of having buyers. They're having to slow down for a lack of materials.
Product. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think about just using lumber as an example. The state of Washington shutting down. Well, that's your lumber.
Yes.
It's like, well, that's Weyerhaeuser up
Right.
there.
Or
So-
Canada. I mean, we.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah,
Yes.
border shut. It
Yes.
still is.
Yes.
Yeah. So it makes it difficult. And then you've got everything being imported from around the world that's still sitting out in the ocean. A lot of those ships are that haven't been able to come in to drop their product.
The total is now 58 in L.A. Harbor
Wow.
that are just sitting off,
Yeah.
off of L.A. Harbor waiting to be offloaded. You know, you just think, oh, my God.
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
And is that because they don't have enough manpower to do it, or is that harbor still shut down?
No, the harbor's open, but it's just a matter of
The backlog.
The backlog getting to these guys.
Because there's only so many people to do it and so much space to do it in.
Right.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they had to have a lot of clearance with the COVID testing and that kind of thing too.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know Toyota is, you know, they apparently have 3 of those super ships out there.
Wow.
You know, with various Toyota products on them,
Wow.
including Lexus. You know, they're just sitting out in the harbor waiting to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get there eventually, I guess, but it's a
Yep.
long time.
Sure. Oh, you bet. You bet.
I mean, I can see us getting back to it. I don't think we're ever going to be back where we were before, but it's a new normal. Open for business. The United States totally open for business. I think we're getting back to that point, but because there is such a backlog, it's going to take time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a fact of life.
Gosh, just think
Yeah.
of the patience we have to practice.
Yeah. What?
Patience.
Let me check my dictionary on that one.
I've never been real good at that either.
I'm terrible at that. I have no patience at all. Oh. It's funny when the rabbi comes in on Fridays and does a show, and she's a prof at IRSC, and we talk about the virtual schools. I said, I could never do that. I do not have the discipline to go to school virtually. I have to have a prof there beating me over the head.
Somebody with their ruler over you, huh?
That's it. Well, that was several years of school, as a matter of fact. 7-foot nuns, as a matter of fact. Or so it seemed. Oh, boy. Well, what other... Boy,
Paula-
you got a whole pile
I know.
of stuff. Both
She
of you.
had
A
Lots of
lot
good
of stuff. Paula brought some zip codes again for us to go through. These are Treasure Coast zip codes.
Yeah, we'll start, I guess right on top here is Hope Sound.
And are these
are-
single family or are they condos?
No, this is anything for sale in that zip code. So it's
Oh.
condos as well as
Okay.
homes.
Okay.
And just updated last night. So the last couple of weeks, those numbers have changed a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. In Hope Sound, pardon me, there are 62 properties for sale, and that zip code is 33455. The least expensive property is $135,000, and the most expensive property is $39,500. I'm sorry, $39,500,000.
We'll take a dozen.
Yeah. So, they have a
39 million.
few.
Yeah, just like the penthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I don't have the one. Oh, they had 26 properties the last time that we did this, but I think that those were single-family homes.
Yeah,
So
they were.
This is everything included. So we've got a total of 62 properties right now in that zip code that are for sale.
Only 62 properties.
Right.
Including
Condos.
condos and single families and villas
Right,
in the whole zip code.
right.
That's a big zip code, too.
Yeah. It was a nice size zip code.
Wow.
So then Jensen is 34957. Everything for sale in that zip code, there's 125 properties. The least expensive starts at 125,000, and the most expensive property right now for sale there is 4,200,000. So there's a wide range there, but just about anything you'd want to find, I imagine. Condo or single family home. So then Stewart comes up next, 34997. There are 125 properties in that zip code, and this is a big range as well.
Yeah, that's like South and West Stewart,
Right, right.
34997.
Oh, like Stewart West and that community?
Well, out all the way where where our office is.
Right.
So
Oh.
95 in Canner,
That's
that's
right.
34997. But then as you go down Cove Road, that's all 34997 also.
Oh, wow. That's
Right.
mammoth.
So only, and considering that's such a large area, only 125 properties for sale in that area.
Condos and houses.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And the least expensive property right now is 109,000. The most expensive property is 2,150,000. So there's a range there as well if you want to live in that area.
Sounds like that would be on the South Fork or something. 2 million.
Well, you'd be surprised. I'm gonna while Paula pulls out her next zip, I'm just gonna interject a little bit here that if you are looking, I'll tell you where to find the deals. If you are looking for private country club life, which we have several of on the Treasure Coast, that have all different kinds of properties in them. If you are looking for country club living where you're going to pay an equity contribution and a capital contribution when you purchase, and then you're going to pay your fees on a monthly or annual basis, and they take very good care of you and they take very good care of the property, you can find excellent buys in those communities right now. So if that's the kind of lifestyle you want, and there are a lot of people that do, if that's the kind of lifestyle that you want, and generally in most of those communities, it's going to include unlimited golf.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So let us know because there are a lot of good buys in those communities, condo-wise and single-family home as well.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
So the next zip code is 34996. That's East Stewart, which would include South Hutchison Island down to Sewell's Point. There are 81 properties for sale in that area. So not a lot.
No.
And the least expensive is 119,000, and the most expensive is 11 million. So I would assume that that's waterfront property with a very nice view.
I would think so.
Home on Hutchinson.
Right. Now, if you want to live a little further west, West Stewart, 34997, 125 properties available, starting at 125,000 and up to 7,500,000, and that's all the way down to Port Salerno and South River and
Yep.
that area. So there's a wide range there as well.
There, I would imagine the South Fork has got some really nice homes down around that area.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And it has some very private areas that people don't even know are there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So then we're up to Port St. Lucie, and this is 34983, which is east of the Turnpike to US 1 about, and then there are only 47 properties available in that area right now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's just south of us in St. Lucie West.
Yeah, yeah.
Only
Wow.
47.
And the least expensive is 149,000. The most expensive is 997,000.
Which is probably on the river also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it depends on what you want to do, where you want to live. We can find you what you need. Next place is Port St. Lucie 34984, and that's just west of the river to the Turnpike. There's only 36 properties available in that area, and they range from about 225,000 to 2,900,000.
In a whole zip code.
A whole zip code, 36
Of
properties.
Port St. Lucie.
Wow.
Yeah. So people want to live here.
Yeah. It sounds like
a lot of people.
Yeah, people want to live here, and if only we could have more properties available for them.
Yeah, that's the
If
next
you
thing.
are thinking about selling your home, now's the time to do it because the buyer pool is probably larger now than it's ever been before.
They go quick, very quick. So then the next zip code, 34953, would be considered St. Lucie West. It's west of the Turnpike out to 95. 73 properties in that area for sale. and they start at a range of 129,000 up to about 700,000. So that's a pretty good size area as well, with only 70.
Yeah, that would be just south of us. Yeah.
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 Okay.
The thing
let's
to
see, we've
remember
got-
about these areas also is these numbers don't necessarily represent all of the new construction that's available.
Oh, I bet.
And
sure.
there is new construction in most. You can find new construction in most areas now. So, but typically it doesn't get on the multi-list. But we do have relationships with the builders. So if you're interested in new construction, let us know. And again, we can help you with that.
Yep.
Yeah, you see a lot of framed homes going in down by Becker Road and areas like that in Port St. Lucie that was just vacant lots.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're building quick.
In fact, I saw three on my way here today that weren't there last week.
Yeah. No, I believe that.
And yeah, and property being prepped for things as well, because I know they give it a few days after they've cleared and leveled
Yeah,
and
it
all
has
that
to
kind
sit.
of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So then we have two more zip codes. The next one is 34986, and that is Port St. Lucie west of the Turnpike, to include St. Lucie West in the PGA area. 47 properties available
That's
in
it?
that area.
That's
it.
why we're getting calls all the time. You want to sell your home?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
And they range from 136,000 up to 1,070,000.
We'll take that for our house.
Yeah. You might just
Somebody's
get it.
stupid enough to.
But just remember, you got to go out and buy them.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Have a very large tent ready to go into.
yeah.
The next zip code 34987, and that is the Tradition area in Port St. Lucie. 82 properties available out there, and that's probably one of the areas that has a lot of new construction that may not be included in this. But
Yes. Yes.
they range from 224,000 to 799,000.
Right.
Well, there you go. Your range of what you said for, like, our zip code in St. Lucie West is a lot lower than it is in Tradition. So, yeah. And actually, even if you get one of the quote-unquote older homes in Tradition, they're still not very old.
Very old.
No, not in Tradition.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brand new area. Wow.
So a lot of places to look. If you're interested, let us know. We'd be glad to help you find something.
Sure, those are shocking numbers, though. They really are.
It's amazing that there's not more available. But
Normally, we carry about a 3 to 4 month inventory, and we're down to 1 month inventory.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yeah, so that shows you how low. When we say the inventory is very low, that's what we're talking about. Those kind of numbers are just a 1 month inventory.
That's incredible.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, that it is.
I got a call from buyers last night. She said, Eileen, I'm so sorry to call you this late. It was like 8 o'clock or something. I said, it's not late. Don't worry. We can't wait to come back. It was 29 degrees here last night.
I was going to say, that's the thing.
Here
If
in
you want
New
to sell your
Jersey.
home, but you've got to figure out where you want to go. You know, you don't want to leave the area probably. So just knowing where you want to go. And then you want sell and find something different. But
Yeah, and there are so many different neighborhoods with so many different nuances about them. It's very difficult to try to do it on your own and do all that research on your own.
Right.
We know so many of the neighborhoods already that we can help you cut that shopping time down a lot.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Your phone numbers and email addresses again?
Phone number is 772-200-5105. That's my cell phone, so you can call or text. And our email address is mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com. Our website is www.mydreamhomeusa.com. And Paula, why don't you give them your phone number too, just in case you got some people
Sure.
that have that same zip code and want to use it.
Sure. My number is 410-271-1914.
Sorry, it was an area code, not zip code.
Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
had a senior moment there.
Yeah. Oh, we all have those, but yeah, 410 is the area code, 271-1914.
That's great. And, you just think about that. And the reason, if you're out there driving around and you're thinking of selling or you're thinking of buying, these are the two folks to talk to. I mean, you guys are plugged in.
Trying. Yep, definitely.
So what else is there? I see you've got a
Well-
mammoth stack of stuff over there.
I do. I was reading this article and
I love that.
recently, and it talks about outside living trends. People want more privacy and they want backyard offices. And I'm thinking, backyard offices? That's really what intrigued me to read this article. And I'm thinking, what in the world are they talking about? Well, so this article talks about the fact that the National Kitchen. Let's skip that part. Anyway, it talks about the fact that, oh, my phone's ringing. Sorry.
There it is. Don't call her on her phone right now. Call the station. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
There we go. Well, and I'll tell you, with listings, the phone is just ringing off the hook for appointments and things with listings. So, sorry, I should have turned it off.
no,
earlier.
that's good. That's good.
So people want outdoor living spaces more than ever before, and not just a patio. They want full kitchens. They want gathering spaces. They want spaces where they can be outdoors but protected from the weather. Even if they don't, because a fair amount of people actually, believe it or not, don't want a private pool in their yard, but they do want plenty of gathering space for people so that they can still entertain but have the distance that is necessary
Sure.
nowadays to do that
I
safely.
can see that.
Everybody brings their own little brown bag and their own cup of
Beverage.
juice or whatever beverage of choice. There you go, beverage of choice, and they can still gather that way. So I thought this was a really cool article. A lot of places where permitted by permits are putting cottages in their backyards or small spaces that they can use as an office. So while they still have to be in their own property to work, they don't have to work in the house now. They can leave the house and go to their little backyard office.
It would be perfect, especially if you have a dog that wants to bark constantly. And
Oh, well, I don't know that, I don't know that that's going to stop that, because the dog's going to be scratching at the door saying, let me in, I want to
Yeah.
be petted, you know.
well, that's true,
Well-
but you might be able to get away from him for
And
a
I
minute.
brought our laptop out
Into
in
the backyard.
in the patio
Yeah.
and just kind of sitting there and working
Yeah.
on it. And
I do that in Lanai as often as I can.
sure.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
It's very relaxing to do it that way, but you still get something done. So,
Oh yeah.
Which is
No,
nice.
there's no doubt about it. Uh-huh. Well, especially during the pandemic, it's changed a lot.
Of things, yeah.
Yeah.
My first thought was big screen TV out there. I would think,
Oh,
especially
I
if
don't
you're
know that-
into
brother.
sports. You'd want
I
one
don't
of
know
those.
that you can see it. You know,
Well,
I
if you
think it
were
would
in a
have
There
to
you
be.
go.
It
It's-
would
yeah.
have to be under
Cover.
something so that
Sheltered
you'd still be
somehow.
able to see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But another thing that I found interesting about this article is because people are spending more time out in their yards, they are creating more privacy in those yards.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
You know, where they may have just had a fenced area that was open before, now they're putting fences, privacy fences up, or they're creating it with shrubs or
Sure.
something like that. Yeah,
Small
which
trees
I thought,
and stuff
yep,
like that.
which
yeah.
I thought was very interesting. Yes.
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was a really, really fun article to read. So, again, any of these articles that we mention on the show, if anybody wants me to give them to it, wants us to give them to them, because we both monitor the email address, let us know, and we're happy to send the articles to you. You can just send a request to the email at mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com.
Right.
Well, and you see just some of the commercials that are in the NCAA basketball tournament for these super duper Home Depot type outdoor cooking devices, and it's outfitted almost like a kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
They are. They have wine coolers and refrigerators and
Yeah.
everything under the sun.
It's
And
like
there are
everything built into this one unit.
There are
Right.
companies that specialize in creating those outdoor kitchens now.
Right. Right. It's
Amazing.
phenomenal. Fireplaces and all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
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 Pizza ovens.
Sounds good.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
One more thing I thought was really interesting is the fact that people are choosing other places besides Florida for retirement.
How dare them?
This is an article that I just read the other day, actually day before yesterday, and it talks about the fact that more people nowadays are thinking about a retirement home that is closer to family and friends than before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that one of the good things that
Wouldn't work for our family. It's scattered all over the U.S.
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
things that the pandemic has done is made us readjust our priorities
Yes.
and remember how important family and friends are. When you make a long distance move and you leave those family and friends, there are times when you really wish that you had closer access to them.
Yes.
So when the baby boomers nowadays are planning for their retirement home, many of them are considering places that will keep them in closer distance to family and friends. So this article talks about America's 10 fastest growing retirement towns.
Okay.
Okay? Number 1, of course, is in Florida. Number 1 is Lakeland, Florida, according to this article.
Interesting.
That place is growing like a weed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just some of the information that I highlighted on here. With home prices climbing, selling their homes for a big payout and moving to a more affordable destination also just makes financial sense for maybe many baby boomers. They're also relocating to be near their adult children and their grandchildren, and that's happening in greater numbers than we'd ever seen before in the past.
Out by Lake Wales and Mount Dora, coming down from Orlando. Yeah, I mean, huge areas.
Pretty
that are
out
just-
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
it is.
nice.
And
Used
I
to be
think-
nothing but orange groves. Now it's
Oh, yeah.
now it's houses sprouting up.
Oh, yeah.
I think all municipalities now are taking another look at the amenities that they can provide for people coming to their communities, or even people who have lived in their communities for a long time. They try to provide more gathering places, outdoor gathering places, museums or art activities.
Parks and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're not going to be able to get through all these today, but the number 2 one I thought was pretty interesting. Now, if you're from Michigan, you know that Traverse City's been growing for many years now. That's the number 2 destination for retirees on this list, Traverse City, Michigan.
Gotta shovel snow.
Yeah.
But if you want to be close to family, and
No, I get. No, believe me, I get it. Yeah.
And, you have a beautiful lakefront in Traverse City because you're right there on the lake. So it's the number 2 destination. And
Wow.
affordability, when you start to consider, where you're going to move and how much it's going to cost you to buy that forever property, there's still many affordable properties in the Michigan
that
area.
area.
I get it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Michigan is a beautiful, beautiful state.
Yeah, spoken like a true Michigander.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I wasn't raised there, but I kind of got transplanted there. So,
But it's nice.
I mean, the cold isn't for me, but my family and friends are there. And if I had the option, I would do things a little differently.
Yeah, be a little closer.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. So, yeah.
Yep. So we'll continue this one. I'll give you one more. The number 3 is Springfield, Massachusetts.
Sorry, but I don't get that one.
No
Look at all
way
these-
in the world.
Look at all these eyebrows going up.
Oh, man. That's
You know, I actually had clients last year who had lived here in Florida. They were from the East Coast, had lived here in Florida for 15 years, and moved back to Massachusetts to be close to family and a new grandchild.
actually Western Mass is very nice. Not Springfield, but
I don't even know Massachusetts. It just sounds crowded to me.
it's home of the basketball museum. That's about the only thing I think Springfield's
I have a
good for.
nephew in Boston, though, so I'll have to go up there and
Well,
check
that's
that
a
out.
whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
That's an amazing place.
It's supposed to be a really nice place, yeah.
Amazing place. Yeah.
Before we run out of time, I wanted to ask you, have you been to the new Florida Sports Museum in Port St. Lucie?
I have not. No, and I've got to go. I know the Sports Commission's done a great job of that.
Yeah, I haven't talked to anybody who's been there yet, but we're going to have to go and check it out.
Yeah. Oh,
that sounds
definitely.
fun.
Yeah.
It's right in our backyard.
Yep.
Have to go see it.
Port St. Lucie Civic Center. You
Yep.
bet. Yeah.
Yep. So that's about all I had to cover today.
Phone numbers.
Phone numbers. Cell phone, 772-200-5105. And next week, I think we'll also start giving you our toll-free number because we do have access to a toll-free number through eXp Realty also.
Oh, good.
The other thing that I wanted to let everybody know is we are growing our team. So if you are a licensed real estate agent or you are thinking about becoming licensed and you want to specialize in a neighborhood, give us a call. We'll certainly be happy to tell you about our program.
That sounds very good. And for folks out driving around, if they want to see you physically, you're down at the Florida Club.
We are Florida Club, 9014 Southwest Old Royal Drive, just off of Canner Highway, west of 95.
Very pretty community.
Sounds great. We'll see you next Monday.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
My dream home right here on WPSL, Port St. Lucie. Talking the Treasure Coast. Webcaster to the world.